Another team I want to talk about inside of my top 25 that I didn't dock as much as the Associated Press poll doc, but I understand it. So I took number 6 Oklahoma to number 11 Oklahoma after getting embarrassed in Norman by Kansas State. Okay. This game was not close if you were watching it. And Adrian Martinez is out there like 2002 Reggie McNeil doing anything he wants to an Oklahoma defense. This is not the Adrian Martinez that we had seen in the first 3 games of the season. In the first 3 games of the season, Adrian Martinez had passed for all of 300 yards, averaging 100 yards passing per game and 4.6 yards per completion. In this game, he just absolutely went off. We're talking about 234 pass yards and my goodness, 148 yards rushing, 21 rushes, 382 yards that Adrian Martinez is responsible for because obviously he just wants to get up for Oklahoma, even as Marvin Mims and Dylan Gabriel played outstanding football. This is the thing that I learned most about Oklahoma in this game. Oklahoma has been tremendously blessed at the quarterback position. We've had a steady run of good quarterback play basically for 20 years. If you really give it some thought there, right? Josh Heupel, right, to Jason White. Talk about Rhett Bomar if you want to, or even, my goodness, Nate Hibble if you want to. Then you go to Paul Thompson, who won a Big 12 championship, right? Then you can go to Sam Bradford, Landry Jones, have a bit of a dip with Trevor Knight, but he also beat Nick Saban in Alabama in the Sugar Bowl. And then you're getting into Baker Mayfield, Kyler Murray, Jalen Hurts, dudes that the NFL has depended on to push its sport forward. And now you have Dylan Gabriel. The knock on Dylan Gabriel is not that he is inefficient or that he is not a great quarterback. It's that he's not a legendary quarterback, okay? He still hasn't thrown an interception all year, which is fascinating and phenomenal, up there with Hendon Hooker and his ability to take care of the football. But on 4th and gotta get it, he couldn't get it. That happened 3 times last night that I was watching. Once in 3rd quarter, once in 4th quarter. All you got to do is hit Drake Stoops in the hands in 4th quarter. You're in the ball game. That is what Baker Mayfield, Kyler Murray, and even Jalen Hurts were able to provide Oklahoma. Legendary quarterback play. You remember what I think is the greatest regular season game of my life. Jalen Hurts brought Oklahoma back against a Baylor team that should have beat the hell out of them by 25, right? We've seen Kyler Murray go God mode in the Big 12 championship game against Texas to win the Heisman in that game. We know what Baker Mayfield is and who he was at Oklahoma. Not just the flag at Ohio State, but a guy that went from walk-on to Heisman, okay? That's not to say that Dylan Gabriel's not good or even great. It's just to say that he's not those guys. One other thing to underscore there, Dylan Gabriel has the benefit of the best defense that I have seen in the last 5 years, and that defense gave up 41 points. That is a game in which you got to carry them, right? That is a game for which Kyler Murray would carry them. 2018 defense, specifically the pass defense, but the defense, garbage, bad, awful. Still, Kyler Murray would put that team on his back and take it to the 45, 50 points that it needed to win a football game. Now, some of that, I believe, is also the marriage with Lincoln Riley and the offense and the way they want to run it. I think Jeff Levy's still figuring out what it means to coach offense in this league, where everybody's seen some version of what you're doing already, because it's a pass-happy league that's become a defensively dominated league and one in which is pushing defense forward. Jim Knowles takes Oklahoma State to the Fiesta Bowl, ends up at Ohio State. That's what we're doing down here in the Big 12. Dave Aranda is a household name. Matt Campbell tasked John Haycock with being the first dude to stop Baker Mayfield in 2017, and he did. Lance Leipold, national champion coach. Chris Kleiman, national champion coach. What I'm saying is, it's not that Oklahoma's that bad. It's that everybody else is catching up. And it's going to get ugly if they keep doing what I think they're going to do. Like, the floor for this Oklahoma team is lower than it's been in 5 years. The ceiling is also lower than it's been in 5 years. You're going to have to fight through that. And as Brent Venables said going into this Kansas State game, you're going to have to strain. This is going to be a tough season for Oklahoma, because the Kansas State team that got beat by Tulane 17-10 went into your house and handed you your head by 41 points. That is not a good look, as you got Texas Christian, who's undefeated this weekend, and then, oh yeah, the Red River rivalry, where we expect Quinn Ewers to be healthy and ready to go, and they're going to be pushing too, as they just got knocked off by Texas Tech. All right. One more team that I wanted to get to in this conversation is just teams that I put in there that they didn't. So Oklahoma gets docked because Associated Press poll voters, I like to think, are mad at them for making them believe that they were going to be great and had them at number 6. So they drop them to, what is it here in the AP poll? It is number 18. Cool, fine. I'm all right. That's okay. I get that. Kansas State, I have at 24. They have them at 25. See, they're giving Kansas State a lot of credit for being able to beat an Oklahoma team, even as their other wins aren't that great and their loss to Tulane is actually bad. Thank you for watching the #1 college football show. Please remember to subscribe to the channel and like this video so that you don't miss any of the best college football coverage in America.